Hello, I'm Judy Vitale, your astrologer with ReadTheStars.com and your weekly horoscopes at work for May 15th through 21st, 2017. Well, happy birthday, Taurus people. I know there are a few more of you this week, but soon the sun will move into Gemini. That happens on Saturday. We've also got a major kind of cooperative aspect between stodgy old Saturn and, revolutionary Uranus. So that's going to be fun. And then on Tuesday, Mercury will move into Taurus. And this will give people a nice, steady kind of communication, predictability, but also a little bit of steadfastness slash stubbornness. So if you want to change somebody's mind, this may not be the best week for that. You will also notice Henry walking past my suitcase. I'm going to Sedona this week. So if you happen to be out in that area and you'd like to say hello, please contact me through the email at the end of the video. Okay? And I will now go through this day by day for you so you know how to plan out your week. On Monday, the moon's going to be in Capricorn, as it has been toward the end of this past weekend. And we'll have a nice Moon-Pluto conjunction at 4:23 p.m. Eastern Time. This will give you an opportunity to really exert a powerful emotional argument for something. So if there's something that you need to put forth at your work or even in your personal life, that's a really good time to do it. On Tuesday, we're going to have a kind of iffy morning from 6:22 a.m. to 1:50 p.m. Your plans may not go exactly as you put them forth, but remember, they're going the way that they are supposed to do anyway. Mercury will have made his move into Taurus. I call it a him. He's really neither a he nor she, but I don't know. That's just sort of the way he kind of figures in my mind. And so at 12:07 a.m., Mercury's move into Taurus is going to make a little bit of difference in the way that people think and the way that they act. So, be prepared for that. And then at 1:50 p.m. Eastern Time, the moon will move into Aquarius. This will make people less stodgy and thinking about the way that things should be and the way that they've always been done, and begin to open up ways of doing things that maybe have not been tried before. That's what Aquarius always does, is it allows us to think outside of the box, which will prepare us really well for Friday when we have that Saturn-Uranus thing going on. On Wednesday, this is a great day for business. Wednesday, you've got the moon still in Aquarius, people very focused on what's going on with the group, the world, what's good for everybody. So that's always a really great time to get anything done in business. And also there'll be a nice cooperative energy coming from Jupiter, a lot of support, a lot of exuberance and good luck and good fortune when Jupiter is involved. And with the moon, it makes everybody feel good about the decisions that are made. So that's a good day for making business decisions. On Thursday, we continue with the Aquarius moon, which is good. And then, though, we have a void of course period in the evening, 8:33 p.m. until 11:52 p.m., at which point, when you have the moon void of course, you want to avoid making those big decisions. Avoid making major purchases because things will never be exactly the way that you had planned them to be. So that's going to be going on Thursday evening Eastern Time. And then the moon will go into Pisces. At that point, people just sort of get dreamy again. They start to think about, this is really nice. And now what can I do next? And that's a really good way to go into Friday because with the Pisces moon, we're going to have that Saturn trine Uranus. This is a time, I believe, when dreams can come true. Those things that people say, you can't do that. Well, you know what? Maybe you can. You be the person who tries anyway, okay? And if you do that, I think that Friday would be a really good time, particularly if you have 26 degrees of fire, and that is Aries, that is Leo, and that is Sagittarius. And, the 26 degrees is somewhere there in the teens of the birthday. Check out your natal chart. If you don't have it, consult with me, and I'll get one for you. And you can see just how lucky this trine is going to be for you. And on Saturday, the moon stays in Pisces. It's just sort of a dreamy time. People aren't overly active. And there'll be a void of course period, but not until 11:39 p.m. on Saturday night. Meanwhile, at 4:31 p.m., the sun makes a move into Gemini. It's time for Gemini people. Gemini is the season of pollination, dissemination of information, getting around, starting to travel for the summer. And of course, it's graduation time and it's, Father's Day time. It's time for people to get out and to gather in groups. And I think that there will be more than a few barbecues being lit up over the next several weeks. And that always makes me very excited because next comes summer, right? Well, the sun, or on Sunday rather, the moon will go into Aries at 6:11 a.m. Eastern time. So look for a very active Sunday. If this is your first sort of summerish weekend, even before the Memorial Day holiday, this would be a really good time to plan those sorts of activities. Because I'll be in Sedona this week, I will not be here in the Pittsburgh area for face-to-face consultations. However, I can still work on the internet, and I also can make appointments for when I return on the 23rd. You can reach me, as always, at the email address. And also, I want you to make sure that you listen to this time. We did a nice podcast episode number 5 on motherhood, and I would really like you to listen to that. Whether you have great memories of your mother or it was a difficult relationship for you, I think that you'll find a lot to glean from what Jocelyn Johnson and I covered in the podcast. So, until next time, where I'll probably have like sunshine and red rocks and all kinds of cool stuff behind me when I do the video next week, I bid you a great week. Enjoy every moment of it and make sure that you pay attention to the forecast and make the best use of your time. And anytime you want to reach me, and that's for transpersonal coaching as well as hypnotherapy and astrology, you can do that at Judy, Judi, at readthestars.com.